Hi there everyone, it's Gloria Kremer from Oakville, Canada, and today we are going to make this card here. I can't remember what it's called. Let me see if I can find my book here and it's called a pop and flip card. Is this, no, sorry, it's called a double diamond fun fold. So when you send this in the mail, and I'll show you, it fits into like a regular sized A2 envelope. When they get it, it just sort of pops up and it just sits on a table like this. So it's really pretty. Now the only issue with this kind of card is this is really the only section you have to write. I mean, I guess you can write over here as well, or you can open it up and write on the inside, but it's more for like it's more like a display piece. So this is what we're going to be making. Now I will show you how I made the base for this card. This cardstock measures 4 inches by 10 inches, and I scored it at 2 and I scored it at 8, and then I turned it and I scored it down the middle at 2 inches. Now I'm going to take out my trimmer, and I will show you how I got those other score lines. So for all my porch pickup people, I have these pencils, and I put them into this cute little, I'll show you, I made these cute little holders. And these are mechanical pencils that I picked up from the dollar store. And I made these cute little holders because having these will really help you. So what I do is I make the lead a little longer than than I would normally if I was writing. And I put this on my trimmer, and I have it going to the 4 inches, and I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna put a little mark there. I'm now gonna turn this around to the other side, and I'm gonna do the same. Bring it to the 4 inches and do a little mark right on the end. Oh, we're gonna do it on both sides. So 4 and 4, one on this side, one on this side. So again, 4 inches, and we're going to mark it, one on this side, one on this side. Next, we're going to take this and we're going to move it to 3 inches. So 3 inches, and we have this score line that's down the middle, and we're going to put a little dot right there, right in the middle. So 3 inches down the middle. Sorry, we're going to be competing with the dog. Ollie, hey. Okay, so 3 inches, and we're going to do the middle score line right there. We're going to put a little dot there. Hey, Ollie. No barks. No barks. Next, we're going to take a ruler, and we're we're going to pretty much in a scoring tool, and we're going to score from one dot to the other. Sorry for the dogs. They're just really excited that my husband's about to take them out. So again, take a score tool and you're gonna score from the dot in the middle to the dot that you had on the side. Next, we're gonna fold on these score lines down the middle and then on the sides here. Then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna sort of take our finger and we're gonna lightly fold on the score lines that we just made. And once you've done that, it sort of just magically folds by itself. So when you get your kit will already come with the piece scored. So all you have to do is sort of just squish it together, and it will magically fold into itself. And now the great thing about this this pencil, it comes with a little eraser as well. So you could just erase those little dots that that you had used to mark it. So that piece is done. Our next, we're gonna put this aside and we're gonna take our next piece here. We have the color cardstock. You need one of these in, and it measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then the white cardstock, you'll need 2 of these, and these measure 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. I'm going to try to include the dimensions in the description at the bottom of the video, so when you click on the link, it's going to be there. Or you can also look up Lisa Curcio. She has a free PDF tutorial, and this was her idea that I got this from. So you're just going to put that down, and then you're going to put the other piece on the other side. It's not very nice out here today in Oakville. It's kind of rainy and gray, but at least it's not freezing. I think it was about 3 degrees this morning when I dropped my kids off at school. Okay, next part is you're going to decide on a sentiment. Now, I'm going to put this on the diagonal because this is how it's going to look when you stamp your sentiment. I'm going to pick something small, and again, I'm using the same thing, hello there, because I can use this for anything. And I'm going to use the black ink, the Memento black. So let's ink this up. I have a heart there, so I just want to make sure I have enough space for that heart. So there we go. little heart piece should be here somewhere. Oh, it's still in the bag. So we're going to just put some Tombow glue and then just drop that down. I'm going to put a dot of Tombow. There we go. So that piece is done. Next we're going to take these pieces here and we're just going to mount the DSP onto the pool party cardstock. Now when I first made this card, I used the Purple Posy and the Magenta Madness, and I really don't like the magenta, so I decided that when I did the kits for the class, I would just use a different cardstock because I have to love it, and I didn't love that pink. I'm trying to love that pink, but I just do not. Okay, sorry, I need a sip of coffee. These are now going to go on these panels right here. Did I give you the measurements for these? So these, the color cardstock is 1 3/4, and then the DSP that's on top is 1 5/8. And again, I'll put the measurements in the description area so that you have it. Okay, now in your kit you will have this butterfly. If you do not have the stamp set, you can either emboss this butterfly or you can stamp some sort of background stamp to it. If you have the stamp set at home, because this was a product-based class, so I did recommend that everyone get the stamp set. So what we're going to do is we're going to ink it up. This is with my black Memento ink, and this is what I use because I'm going to be coloring it with the blends afterwards. So just make sure it's well inked. And don't worry if you got the other butterflies in there. And now hopefully my head doesn't get into the video, but I'm just going to drop this butterfly down carefully. This is just how I do it. If you have a better method that works for you, you can do it your way. But I find this works really well, so this is just what I do. Now, if you mess up but you still have the stamp set at home, you can always stamp another butterfly on the white cardstock and then cut it out. This is not a super hard image to cut out. So what we're gonna use is I'm gonna take out my Calypso Coral and my Pool Party markers. I am going to start with the light Calypso Coral for most of my butterfly here. It's up to you, but I always find it's easier to start with the lighter color and then add some of the darker color and then blend it all together. And then we're going to use a little bit of the darker. You know what? Before we use that, we're going to use the Pool Party. And I know Pool Party doesn't really normally go. I think I want a little darker, so I'm going to switch it to Bermuda Bay. And let's see how the Bermuda Bay looks. So I'm going to start with the lighter Bermuda Bay. And I'm going to put some of the Bermuda Bay in there. Now when it comes to coloring your butterfly, you can really honestly color it any way you want. There's no right or wrong way. And now I'm just going to take this the smoky slate, and I'm just going to color the middle of my butterfly. And then to sort of blend it a little. And if you want to add a little more blue to it, you can. Now, we're going to add this piece on, and I'll show you how I do it. So we're going to put dimensionals just on the bottom half here. Whoops, sorry. I just hit the camera with my head. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put one right at the bottom in the middle here. And then we're going to put one over here and one over here. We're going to make sure we stay away from the middle. And we're going to fold this flat, and we're just going to line up the tip. So if you can see, the tip of this and the tip of this is going to line up to the corners there. Just like that, so that when you fold it, it doesn't get squished. Now the next part is to add some dimensionals to our butterfly. And when we add our butterfly, we're going to make sure he sticks out enough so that it doesn't get when you send it, it's not too far down, so it doesn't mess up your butterfly. So I'm going to just put a little pencil dot right there because that's where I want my middle to be. I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back of this butterfly. Remember, there's my little pencil mark right in the where I marked it. So I'm going to put my butterfly right over there so that I can make sure when it's folded, it's not, if you notice when I fold this one in, it sort of messes up my butterfly. But this one, it clears. So there is our finished card. And again, this will fit into like a regular sized envelope. Let me just grab one for you so you can see. So the finished card will fit into a regular sized envelope. And again, this is called a double diamond fun fold. So thanks again for watching, and we have one more card to go, which is going to be the pop and flip card. And what you can do with once you're done, if you want to take your Wink of Stella, and I love my Wink of Stella, so I usually add the Wink of Stella to everything that I can. And it just gives it that little bit of glimmer, glitter without the mess. It's the best thing ever, really. So wink it up. And thanks again for watching, and have an awesome day. Happy Thursday.